Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this week's edition of the Sunday Wire. I'm Patrick Henningsen, your host. We're streaming out live at 21stcenturywire.com, alternatecurrentradio.com, YouTube, X, Rumble, also streaming out live at BitChute, as well as a few other platforms on the audio streams as usual after the program, and all the finer podcasting, broadcasting platforms will be there as well. Spreaker. We'll also be on Spreaker as well if you subscribe to that. So we have an extremely, let's say, interesting discussion we're going to have here in the first segment. This is episode 599 of the Sunday Wire, and thank you for joining us, and hello to everybody in the comment threads. Hopefully we'll be piling in as usual during the course of this first segment. But thanks, guys, for joining. Thanks for all of your kind words in the comment threads to some of our videos that we released this week. We'll show you a couple of some of the sort of receipts from that shortly. After, in the second segment in Overdrive, we'll be joined hopefully by one or two of our teammates, perhaps, to talk about the issues at hand. But we got our hands full in the first segment, and I want to point people, as usual, up on screen here. We'll bring this up. I'm going to point people to the 21stcenturywire.com website, and this is the Sunday screening this week. And it's Bodies of Evidence is the film. It's a documentary film. This is done by, it's a very well-made professional production by Al Jazeera English. Now, I've been a big critic of some of Al Jazeera's reportage, news reportage on Syria, for instance. But when it comes to the issue of Gaza, they're pretty much on point and very accurate. It's probably the only thing that I would sort of rely on them to report on extremely well. They've got a long track record of excellent reporting there. So you can check that up on our website. That's our normally, we feature a documentary film every Sunday, and that's curated by our editorial team at 21stcenturywire.com. So just go to our website. You'll see that at the top. Excellent film. A little bit shocking, actually. A little bit shocking what the Israelis do to the people they kidnap. They call them prisoners, but these are hostages. They just pick people up randomly, and then they abuse them in no charge, no real justice system. They run them through a military court. They're not allowed to see the evidence against them. Then they lock them up for, as little as a few months, as long as, 10 or 15 years, and just destroy them. And that's, it is the most disgusting pogrom on the planet, on this planet right now. And the Israelis have been running this with the full backing of the United States. The U.S. is paying for it, by the way. You're paying for it if you're American. You're paying for this. Torture, rape, body mutilation, taking organs out. It's disgusting. I saw an Olympic athlete, a Palestinian Olympic athlete. They just picked him up because he had done some TikTok videos showing what good shape he was in. And immediately they went to abduct him, and they destroyed him. He came out limping with like one arm dislocated, looked like he was about 120 pounds, down from like 230. And he had Tourette's or something. He developed some kind of a mental defect while he was being tortured. I don't know how long they kept him for, but it was something like 18 months or something. They just ruined him as a human being. The Israelis were so beside themselves to see a Palestinian, Olympic level athlete. They had to go find him, take him, and then ruin him. And our government support this this genocidal entity. It's unbelievable. So you won't see the worst cases in here. You'll see some pretty bad cases in here. But I think it's important, especially if you're American. You better know where your government's spending your money. This is what you're buying for your support of the quote only democracy in the Middle East. Honestly, it's beyond a joke at this point. Anyway, sorry for that black pill, folks, but this stuff doesn't go away on its own. We have to raise the awareness on it. So we'll talk in just shortly about the theme of this show. You like our artwork? It's not AI generated. We do that manually. I can't use the image generation anymore. I like doing things manually because I can use absolute precision, and I can't get that type of precision on with an AI image generator. It just doesn't work for me. But anyway, it's 3-card Monte. If you ever been to the streets of New York, you know what a 3-card Monte is. So that's Trump. Trump is the 3-card Monte of politics. And there's his handler behind him there, just behind the milk crate where he's running his street hustles. The Iran deal. This is just the latest hustle. So we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But yeah, that's Trump. 3-card Monte. He's hustling. There's no deal. No deal's going to happen, folks, because nobody can define a deal. That's that itself, the thing you can't define. And if you can't define it and it doesn't actually exist, then Trump can either claim victory or claim that the other side didn't abide by the, quote, deal. So you can't prove it or you can't disprove it. That's why Trump uses these types of hustles. So I don't like to use the word deal because I never really used it. I mean, you say the JCPOA, the Iran nuclear deal, that was under Obama, but everybody has a name, the JCPOA. So we know what we're talking about. That's an internationally guaranteed 5+ countries guaranteeing that multilateral agreement. They didn't just roll it out on a piece of paper like this clown does and say, we've got a deal, we want a deal, they need to sign a deal. All his deals failed, all of them. They failed because they're designed to fail. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. But quick follow-up on the Albania story here. Here's Eddie Rama still doubling down, saying that the protests are a big Iranian plot. It's Iranian cyber terrorism that's causing the whole country to come out and call for his ouster for giving away Albania's most pristine land to Jared Kushner and a bunch of other international gangsters in Israel. And this is the prime minister, one of the most corrupt leaders in the world, and a protege of Tony Blair, surprise, surprise, protege of Nat Rothschild. Albania is the Rothschilds' little fiefdom. It was Blair's fiefdom, and now it's Israel's fiefdom. And now he's starting to feel the heat. They pushed the people too far. They pushed the people too far, and he's suffering now. You've probably seen the news. The protests are just getting bigger and bigger. This guy's basically going to get kicked out of office, and probably Israel's going to get kicked out of the country, hopefully. So if you saw, this is a video here. I interviewed Olsi Jazezi. We showed you a clip of that on last week's Sunday Wire. The full video we released on Monday, and that's up on our channel. It's 21st Century Wire on YouTube, and you can watch that. It's just full. I mean, it's a good journalistic, comprehensive analysis here. We brought all the receipts. Olsi's brilliant, well-informed, and we just brought the receipts to match everything that he was saying, so you can see all the reports, etc. And is after Kushner's Island, Israel's takeover of Albania. Olsi Jazezi, he's an Albanian dissident. I love to see the trolls coming in the comments on this interview claiming that Olsi is somehow not legitimate, and Olsi is on Eddie Rama's enemies list. Okay, Eddie Rama drove him out of his job. The government, corrupt government. Olsi's pushed back against so many scandals in his country, and so like a lot of the Israeli trolls are after him. But he spoke to us That's a 1 hour interview, 1 hour plus. Really good interview. Just about an hour or so. Yeah. And brilliant, absolutely brilliant. A lot of people have seen this. So it's got good traction on our platforms. So yeah, check that out. That's up on our YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. Definitely pop that thing a like to help the algorithm boost it a little bit. You got to do that on our videos, folks, on YouTube and Rumble. You got to hit like and definitely subscribe to our channel. That helps boost us. We're not going to get any free love from big tech. I can tell you that right now. So, but great piece by Olsey. That's the most comprehensive analysis of what's really happening in Albania that you will find anywhere, as well as Freddie Ponton's series on Albania, which is on 21stcenturywire.com. And so we've really taken the lead in alternative media on some of these big stories and moved really quickly. And we're not always able to do that, but sometimes we are. And I'll show you another story where we've taken the lead on, which is broken into a bigger story. So we're really excited about that. But hey, this is what we're doing. This is why you guys subscribe. This is why you support. It's why you donate, because you want good journalism, and we're delivering it. So yeah, thanks. Check that video out. Share it with your friends. So it's before we get to Trump and the 3-card Monte, I have to give some recognition here to our associate editor for global affairs, Freddie Ponton. But before I do that, the BlackCore story just got bigger. You follow our website, you know about the BlackCore story. We're one of the first to report it in the English language. This was a story initially broke in France. And the latest, meddling in elections in New York City. The Israelis were meddling in the Mamdani New York City mayor election, Scotland elections, as well as in Togo in Africa and a couple of other countries, which we'll show you shortly. And this was a joint investigation here by Haaretz, the Israeli paper, the liberal rag in Israel, and Liberation in France. And they uncovered a whole bunch of other election interference operations. This is an Israeli intelligence privatized firm. And we'll show you how deep this goes. Okay. BlackCore, Angola, and Togo as well. Now, that's just the surface. So we've got France so far on record. France, they're meddling in France, local elections, as well as parliamentary elections. They're trying to basically push out and smear all the pro-Palestinian candidates in the West and ruin their careers, get them out of office, etc. New York City, so in the U.S., Scotland, Angola, Togo. We also have indications from recent tips we've been given, which we'll be following up on. We have potential evidence in Greece, Sweden, as well as Colombia. Now, you know about the Isaac Accords and Israel trying to flip all of the liberal or left-leaning governments in South America, partly to get them to shift their votes at the United Nations to not recognize a Palestinian state, and also to sell Israeli weapons and Israeli tech to Latin America. It's all part of their sort of external export pipeline, but there's also a whole spy element to it, as you can imagine. But the servers, it's interesting on this. This Israeli operation uses servers in the UK, Germany, Finland, and Lithuania to do all their dirty work in Europe. Those are all NATO member states. Make a note. That's going to be important based on what I'm going to show you in a minute. Okay. But so here's part 2 of the BlackCore investigation by Freddie Ponton. That's up at 21stcenturywire.com. You won't find this information anywhere else put together in a fully comprehensive package with, flow charts that Freddie has designed. And this is just head and shoulders above anything that anyone else is doing. BlackCore, Israel runs secret avatar army. These are very sophisticated sock puppet accounts. They've got an army of them. And they're running them through with AI agents. Is that scary? It should be. Avatar army to hijack elections worldwide. Let me show you who's involved with this. This is going to be, anyway, go to our website, take this link and share it on all your social media. The more people know about this, the better chance we have to stop it. This is a criminal outfit that's linked to BlackCore. Okay, personnel, directors, shareholders, owners, operatives, Shin Bet, Unit 8200, that's Israel's cyber warfare unit, Mossad, and the IDF. Running through private shell companies to hide the money and hide the operations and be able to move seamlessly through different countries and jurisdictions. And they're deploying all these cyber tools to attack various candidates who aren't pro-Israeli enough. They're trying to knock them out. This is a huge operation. So remember we heard a couple of years ago, Russia's interfering in our election. Russia's interfering in this. Russia never interfered in anything. It was all a lie. Everybody knows Russiagate was a hoax. Anybody with a above room temperature IQ by this point should know that Russiagate was a hoax. It was a hoax to sort of lay the groundwork for the proxy war against Russia and Ukraine, and just to ramp up the militarization, the quote, and the threat, and also to try to pin it on Trump in his first term, try to get rid of him that way, among other things. It's not just for one reason. It's for multiple reasons. So that's BlackCore. Very important story. We're not done with this, by the way. So Freddie did a very good flow chart here, which you can also find on this article. And this is basically who's who in the ecosystem of BlackCore. And it's very well labeled. So you got state and intelligence, various agencies here. The guy that we're interested in is Mike Pompeo. Mike Pompeo is up to his eyeballs in this. So we've got all the players, we've got all the locations, we've got all their private companies, all of it. So show me somebody who's doing this kind of work. No one's done it. We're doing it. Mike Pompeo. So this company is called, well, they've got a shell company in the UK. That's being used to launder various operations. I can't believe British intelligence wouldn't know about this. So then I'm suspecting, are they involved? I don't know. We'll find out. Searbra in New York, listed in the NASDAQ. Guess who's on the board? Mike Pompeo. We suspect they are deploying this operation to hit countries in elections worldwide. We suspect there's probably at least 50 countries that have been targeted at various levels of the election. And we believe, and we'll be reporting more on this, that this operation, this Israeli election interference operation, is going to be targeting the United States midterm elections this November in a big way. And it's going to be a massive operation. It's going to be dealing with hundreds of elections, from the state rep, state senate, right up to Congress, Senate, right along through the ranks. We're certain, because right now the poll numbers are devastating for the Republicans and devastating for Israel. They believe they have to do, the Israelis believe, in the U.S., who are working with them, believe they have to do this. Otherwise, the support for Israel going forward is finished. It's over, based on current poll numbers. That's why they're pushing so hard on their wars, their genocides, their bombing campaigns, sabotaging peace agreements, all of it. They know their time is up. Trust me, they know. Netanyahu knows. Trump is he's the last great Jewish hope for Israel. Once Trump is out, they're finished. But Trump might be basically sidelined after the midterms. He'll be embroiled in lawsuits and impeachment and gridlock for the remainder of his term. 2 years of pain and suffering for Trump, MAGA, and the Republicans, and for Israel. It's coming. So Israel's deployed this operation to try to head it off. We're very positive, and we'll be giving more receipts on this in the next report in this series. So there's a lot of interesting things that have emerged as we've been looking into this, and as other media outlets have gotten into it as well and doing some excellent reporting. Okay, this part one, again, you can see part one. It's essential that you look at both articles, because then you can see the full, trajectory of this story and really understand it. If you read part one's very short, but very packed with the right information. And then that will take you to this latest part two. So the French government have caught the Israelis. It was a French cyber unit that detects information interference from overseas. Viginium, it's called, I believe. So we believe that at the very least, the BlackCore story, at the very least, this disqualifies any U.S.-Israeli merger on any intelligence or military level, because they're hitting the United States elections. How could you merge with an intelligence service that's basically targeting your elections? It's insane. It shows you how corrupt Washington is. These people are absolutely owned by the Jewish lobby, Jewish stroke Israeli lobby, whichever you want to call it. It's synonymous at this point. It's so corrupt. It's unbelievable. So anyway, I don't know. Can't really say any more than that, folks. I mean, it's like at some point when it's like an avalanche of evidence, at some point you can't really be objective or neutral. I mean, we're being objective. We're talking facts. But it's not like, well, there's no both sides here. There's just what Israel is doing. That's one side. And it's a huge problem. It's a massive problem. So that's the BlackCore story. So anyway, let's go to the main topic at hand, the three-card Monte. The three-card Monte. Trump says he's got a deal. We've got a deal. We've got a deal. They're begging for a deal. The Iranians are begging for a deal. We want to sign a deal very quickly. We believe we have it in hand, maybe in the next day or two, maybe more. Many say it'll be in the next few days. Could be in a week. We want to do it as soon as possible. They want a deal. We want a deal. They very much want a deal. He says this every other day. So how often does Trump claim he's got a deal on the burner, right? It's often, isn't it? How often?
Major points of agreement. They want to make a deal. And we are very willing to make a deal.
Well, I think we're going to end it. I can't tell you for sure when they want to make a deal so badly. You have no idea how badly they want to make a deal.
They want to make a deal so badly. I do see a deal in Iran. We were very close to a deal.
I think it's close to over, yeah. I mean, I view it as very close to over.
It's looking very good that we're going to make a deal with Iran, and it's going to be a good deal.
This guy is such a clown. This president is such a con artist. He's BSing his way through most of this. He can't even name the Pakistani president or prime minister. He just says the field marshal. For Trump, names, details, it's all superfluous for him. He's above it all. All he says, I'm the master of the deal. Trump's got no deals. Flying in and kidnapping a president and stealing the country's oil, that's not a deal. That's piracy. So he's very much emboldened as a gangster. And they've intimidated a lot of people, including people in the U.S. And he's got the whole Israeli mafia as his sort of attack dog in the U.S. as well. And all these various Israeli operatives that kind of work as his proxies in the media and, in politics. They'll turn on him, of course, if he dares to, cut off Israel's privileges to carpet bomb their neighbors, like Lebanon, of course. Anyway, we'll finish this.
Process should go very quickly. We're going to end that war very quickly. They want to make a deal so badly. We think we're close to a deal, and that's okay. We're in the final throes of what will be a very, very good deal.
Today makes 39 times that he has said something like that.
Let me just explain something to you. You see the guy next to me here? That's Anderson Cooper. When you're getting legitimately lambasted by Anderson Cooper, you've really descended to the detritus of the political world and your career. Okay? When you allow someone like Anderson Cooper to fire away and just hit bullseyes one after the other because you're that bad, you're that much of a hypocrite, you're that much of a con artist and a scammer, and you've been caught out not once, not twice, but 39 times. Iran really wants to make a deal. Iran did not ask for a ceasefire on April 8th. Trump was begging for a ceasefire. So was Israel, because they're getting hammered. But while they're getting hammered, they'd go in front of the American people and say, this is the greatest military victory ever. We've decimated their Navy. We've killed all their leaders. Quite frankly, I don't know who to talk to. There's no leaders left. We devastated their Air Force. There's nothing left. They don't have any soldiers. They're begging us for a deal. They weren't begging. The U.S. went to beg for a ceasefire because they ran out of munitions. Because Tattoo Boy, the Army reservist from Minnesota, Pete Hegseth, who they promoted to head of the Pentagon, Pete Hegseth couldn't do basic math and basically depleted all of the United States' missile stocks, bombs, air defense interceptors, or whatever they hadn't given to Israel, which was everything. The worst defense secretary in the history of the country. I mean, I could probably go on the street right now in Washington, D.C., and just give me 5 or 6 hours. I will find you at least 20 qualified candidates that have a better resume than Pete Hegseth, who is a Fox News reject, a weekend host. But because the Israel lobby saw that he was a Third Temple cultist and a red heifer worshiper, he ingratiated himself with the Israeli lobby because they knew they had a fanatic in Pete Hegseth. And that because he had all these scandals behind him, that if they promoted him up to this astronomical position, he would do exactly what he's told. And that's what's happened. And it's an utter disaster for the United States of America. The most incompetent. I mean, reports are that he's an alcoholic. Reports are, including an undisclosed sum of payout against a former girlfriend or partner that allegedly he was abusive towards. I mean, that's with tattoos all over his body. I mean, just a complete nutcase. Who knows what else he's into? Where there's smoke, there's fire. So that guy's in charge of the whole military-industrial complex in America. No wonder things have not gone wrong. So you guys are getting owned by Anderson Cooper with the glasses. That's really pathetic. So, listen, you never want to be an easy target for these guys, but they're making the mainstream media has got an easy ride with Trump. It's ridiculous. So that's the fact of the matter on that. And this is Sleepy Don. Sleepy Don. This is him at the New York Knicks game. The NBA Finals are on. It's the New York Knicks versus the San Antonio Spurs. The game at Madison Square Garden. And Trump decides he wants to go to the game and, play the king. It's his home city, New York. What could possibly go wrong? They love me. They love me in New York. They love me. They really do. He shows up to a chorus of boos. The fans are haranguing him, saying, leave, get out. We didn't ask you to come. And they implement security measures at Madison Square Garden. Women couldn't bring their handbags in. All this ridiculous security, all for this clown. And what did Trump do? He fell asleep during the match. He fell asleep. And guess what? The Knicks lost. So talk about a bad luck charm. I don't know who he's sitting next to. It's one of his, it's probably somebody that he pardoned, some criminal that he pardoned. Because Trump seems to have pardoned all the fraudsters, criminals, and drug traffickers for some reason. And then they all end up coming to his parties. It's interesting. I have no idea who that guy is. He's one of his New York associates or whatever. So remember when he was calling Sleepy Joe? Well, this is Sleepy Don. Sleep Don, sleep. Sleepy Don. That's what happens when you make fun of Biden and then you end up falling asleep. Luckily, the New York Knicks went on to win the championship 4-1 in the series. The only game they lost was this game when Trump showed up. Luckily, Trump didn't come to the other games. And he's going to show up and ingratiate himself at the World Cup final. That's absolutely certain. Or one of the U.S. matches. But if I was the Team USA, I wouldn't want Trump to show up at the match because they're probably going to lose. So just stay away, Don. Stay away. And he's going to have a cage match fight on the White House lawn. And the top UFC fighter is not invited because he's pro-Palestinian. What a sham this whole thing is. This administration is beyond a joke. So the deal. Let me just explain the deal to you, okay? There is no deal. There is no deal. This is the whole crux of it. What do I mean by that? Well, I posted something just to explain to people on X. And you can go to my account, and that tweet's going viral, by the way. I just put it up a couple hours ago. And I'm saying there is no deal to be signed. You keep hearing this. Jesse Waters on Fox, who I think is I think Ross from Friends had a makeover, facelift or something, and he changed his name to Jesse Waters. So David Schwimmer, Jesse Waters is his name now. He keeps putting out fake news, saying the deal's coming. We're going to get the nuclear dust. Fox is a clown show. So I was saying this before because it was quite obvious. It's not that whether the Iranians are going to agree or not, or the U.S. is Trump's going to sabotage. We all know that Trump's going to sabotage any ceasefire, any agreement, because he likes to move the goalposts during the process, or attack the other party, or assassinate their leader, or as the Israelis do, just kill the negotiators. Yeah. So, but it's not just that. Let me spell it out to you, folks. Okay. Let me just spell this out to you so you understand. We'll get it right. I'll tell you verbatim. Regarding Iran, what's on the table now is not a deal. Nobody can define what a deal is. Only Trump knows in his head. Very convenient because nobody can get in there, nor would they want to, quite frankly. What's on the table now between the U.S. and Iran is a memorandum of understanding, an MOU. That is not an agreement. That is not an accord. It's not a treaty. It's nothing final at all. It is merely the acknowledgement of a multi-step process, a future process that will take place stage by stage over the next 18 to 24 months. Okay? So the real problem in all of this is it's the word deal. This word does not exist in any diplomatic context. This word is constantly being used. It's an invention of the Trump presidency because his brand is art of the deal. So he says, oh, we're working on a deal. We're doing a deal here. We're doing a deal with Russia. They really want to sign a deal. We think they're going to get a deal. I'd really like a deal. How many times have we heard this before? Too often. And guess what? The situation with Russia and Ukraine is even worse than it was when Trump took office. He campaigned saying, I'll end it in 48 hours. You know, frankly, Biden doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know what he's doing. We can end it in 24 hours. Just elect me president. Well, a lot of people believed him. So the Iran nuclear deal, the JCPOA, the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, has a real name, but the slang would be the Iran nuclear deal. Okay. But it's an actual agreement that has multiple countries, the P5, it's called the P5+1. That's China, Russia, France, all the UN Security Council, the UK, the United States, and Germany, plus the EU, Brussels. Those were the guarantors of the JCPOA. Now, the U.S. and the EU didn't fulfill their obligations, didn't give the sanctions relief or pay back the money that they stole or ripped off from Iran, etc. So, but Iran kept abiding by the deal. And then Trump came into power during his first term. A year into his first term, the Israeli lobby and Netanyahu said, cancel the deal. Cancel the JCPOA, that policed and guaranteed that Iran would never have a bomb. Not that they were developing one, but it was like a double insurance policy to put into place. And Iran thought, okay, we'll go through with this because they're going to lift sanctions. That's what happened. And then Trump unilaterally withdraws from the deal and says, it's a terrible deal. Barack Hussein Obama. It's a terrible deal. It's putting Iran on a pathway to the bomb. It was doing the opposite. So Trump got away with saying this, and it was good enough for the low IQ Fox News MAGA crowd. But that's not what happened. You know, if Iran was 2 weeks away from a bomb, I think they would have had it sometime in the last 8 years. Donald. Anyway, hard to believe these people. The problem is with this word deal. Okay. The mainstream media deserves to be slapped because they keep using this term, this word. It's meaningless. It's a silly and deceptive term. It has no precedent in international law. When we talk about agreements, when we talk about peace accords, when we talk about treaties, some of which have to be ratified by Congress, and all of which require other countries to sign on as guarantors in order to lock the deal, lock the agreement into place. Guarantors. There's nothing of that. There's nothing like that here. All you have is an MOU and a roadmap for the next 2 years. And on that roadmap, The reality is Iran and Trump, their terms that they're both insisting on are so divergent that it's a literal minefield stretching into the next 18 to 24 months. There's a number of points where it will potentially fail just based on how far apart they are on some of these points, and the fact that Donald Trump is so it flip-flops so rapidly and is completely dishonest, has broken ceasefires, broken agreements too many times, pretty much every time, is not a reliable or agreement capable party. There's really no chance, like 0% chance, that you can trust the Trump administration. I mean, the US government's bad enough, but Trump is like next level untrustable. And Israel sits back and it's made numerous statements saying that they will sabotage any peace agreement. And they've said exactly how they're going to sabotage it, and they've done that publicly. And they're doing it today, right now, in Lebanon, bombing Lebanon as we speak. They're using this negotiations period where we're expecting to have this deal back and forth. Israel's like, okay, the cameras are over there. Let's go do some carpet bombing. Let's go destroy the ancient city of Tyre. Let's do some ethnic cleansing. That's how Israel operates. When the world looks over here, Israel gets busy over here, killing people. It's disgusting. The real reason, however, beyond all that, the real reason Trump keeps using and uses the term deal is because, A, he's incapable of conducting any real negotiations or accepting any of the Iranian terms or any other country's terms for that matter. And, Iran is obviously the winner. They didn't ask for a ceasefire. The U.S. did. They're not insisting that everyone comes to the table. The United States is, because they're losing. The Gulf Arab allies are losing. Israel's losing. Iran has exerted incredible leverage and has shown incredible deterrence with its missile strikes, put Israel on notice for attacking Lebanon, hit them, caused a rift between the U.S. and Israel over Lebanon. Okay, so they've got the upper hand. They're winning. Now, that's obvious, but J.D. Vance, the vice president, he thinks he knows history. He's quoting history. So here's what J.D. Vance is saying here. He was commenting on this, and you're dealing with a rank amateur here, another BS artist making it up as he goes along, trying to sound intelligent, trying to sound like he knows what he's talking about, but he doesn't. Listen to this. What a clown show.
To World War II, if you go back to World War I, if you go back to every major conflict in human history, they all end with some kind of negotiation.
I mean, this guy with the eyeliner, this guy. Negotiations? World War II? Didn't end in negotiations. It ended in surrender. JD, I know you didn't take any history classes in university. I know you only did 2 years in your Senate seat that you won in Ohio and jumped immediately on the Trump train to campaign as vice president. I know you're only 41 years old. But if you can't grasp this basic concept, you're not qualified to be vice president of the United States. Wars don't end from negotiations. Wars end when one party capitulates and surrenders and accepts the terms of the party that won the war. Materially, the victor. And with Iran, from February 28th, when this started, till now, where are we in June? We're halfway through June. Before the war, the United States was in a more powerful position than Iran militarily politically and economically. And in the region, they had 20 plus bases, geostrategically more powerful, better position. They had all their aircrafts and drones mostly, aside from the ones that Pete Hegseth lost when he attacked the Houthis, ended up losing 20 odd fixed wing aircraft. Another great qualification for Pete Hegseth. Okay, but besides that, the United States in February was in a relatively stronger position. The Straits of Hormuz were open. Israel hadn't been wrecked too bad, although it was wrecked pretty bad last June. That's why the Israelis begged the Americans to come in and bomb Iran to kind of bring the, quote, 12-day war to a close. But here we are in June 14th, 2026, and relatively speaking, now, so the U.S. was here and Iran was here. Militarily, politically, geopolitically, and economically. Those are the four dimensions we're talking about. And now it's like this. The United States militarily in the region has been defeated. 20 bases are inoperable. That's never happened in history. The United States has ruined the U.S. economy, hyperinflation, the global economy. They've wrecked the Arab monarchies that are U.S. allies. They've laid waste to Israel. They've emptied our missile stocks and missile defense. And politically, Donald Trump has taken a bath domestically in the U.S. and is hated internationally. So relatively, the relative winner, who's increased their position, who's lost, Iran is the clear winner. Within the Persian Gulf, it's like this. Iran's here in the Persian Gulf, the U.S. is here. Globally, it's like this. U.S. is still on top globally. But in the region, it's like this. So who's the winner? It's not the United States. Trump keeps bluffing. I'm going to invade. I'm going to take Karg Island. I'm going to take, last week, I'm going to take Iran's oil like we did Venezuela, and we're going to administer it and put it on the global market. We're going to put a leader that we like in position, regime change. No, you're not. You didn't, you haven't, you're not going to. It's all bluff, bluff, bluff. Play the stock market, play the oil markets. That's all Trump's doing. These announcements of deals are pantomime. It's bad vaudeville. And he's got his sidekick here, Tweedledee, who's 41 years old, doesn't know anything about anything, and is trying to BS his way through all of these situations, showing that he's so loyal to the president and putting it through the back channels that he really doesn't like this war. And da, da, da. If you don't like the war, then say you don't like the war. If you don't like, if you think the president has made a balls up of it, just say that publicly. You can't be sacked if you're VP. You can't be fired by Trump. So what are you afraid of? Oh, J.D. Vance is out of his depth. He is the white Obama. No experience, no base. He's been installed by big finance and big tech. Billionaires, oligarchs put this guy on the ticket. Exactly like they put Obama in the White House. Wall Street put Obama in the White House. J.D. Vance is the white Obama. Best way to describe this guy. Doesn't know what he's talking about, is trying to BS his way through, the most tense and important geopolitical flashpoint. So disrespectful. Just I don't have anything good to say about J.D. Vance at this point. So back to Sleepy Don. We'll round this out. Wake up, Donald. Wake up. He's 80 years old. He's an old man. He's in bad health. He's losing his mind. He's in cognitive decline, just like Biden. But he's arrogant and he's a little bit stupid as well, which makes him dangerous. He thinks he's smart. He's good at reality TV. He lies like it's oxygen. Can't stop lying, this guy. He's made a mockery and an embarrassment of the country on the world stage. So good job, Donald. You're winning. Keep winning. Trump is one of history's losers. And there is no way to reverse that, folks. You can't reverse it. Why am I saying that? Because he has proven he's incompetent. He doesn't know what he's doing. He can't find things on maps. He can't even name the leaders of the people he's supposedly negotiating with because he's lazy. He thinks he's above having to read things. And he's surrounded by a motley conclave of idiot savants and grifters that are masquerading as a cabinet. For those reasons, he's never going to get out of the hole. Okay, his presidency is cooked. There is no redemption here. Trump does not have the mental acuity or the self-awareness or the moral base to see that he has done so horribly wrong for himself, for the country, and for the world. He's delusional. I think he's mentally ill. I think a lot of people see that. It's the narcissism combined with the dementia. It's a horrible combination. He's cooked. And there's nobody around him because he selects people that are stupid and weak around him because he doesn't want anyone to overpower or overshadow him or outshine him. Anybody who does that, he gets rid of him very quickly. So he's surrounded by degenerates, by charlatans, people with no experience. He put some property developer in as director of national intelligence. Why? He's the interim one. I don't know who the head one is. It's not. This is not a serious president. It's not a serious administration. They're wrecking the world. The tariffs were a failure. Stealing, piracy, money laundering, insider trading. That will define the Trump administration. Trump, I'll say it again, Donald Trump is one of history's losers, and it's irreversible. And I'll say this again, he absolutely will go down in history as the worst president in the history of the United States of America. And he will be the butt of jokes for many generations to come. When we talk about a bad leader, when we talk about a bad president, if we survive as a human race, we can survive this guy in the next 2 years as humanity collectively. If we survive this guy, he will be like the standard for a bad, embarrassing, disastrous political leader. He'll be demonized forever. He'll go down in history as that character. He makes Richard Nixon look like Gandhi. Richard Nixon will be elevated and canonized to sainthood after Trump. That's how bad this guy is. It's because of his arrogance. It's because of his undeserved ego and the fact that he's just generally an immoral individual. Who knows why? It probably goes back to childhood. If you can find a shrink that would, be brave enough to psychoanalyze this guy, if you could tie him down to a chair for a few hours, you'd probably find out that it's something to do with that. It's a disaster for us. The best thing is if he could leave office, resign, take a sick note, anything. Because he can't course correct. It's impossible. It's a lost cause. This is really frightening, actually. This guy's too much. Sleepy Don. There he is. Once again. What a great victory. Make America great again. As if. Look, let's take a break and we'll go to Overdrive. And if we don't have any teammates showing up, we'll see what. I think we might have one, maybe two. If not, I've got another thing to show you, and then we'll probably wrap up the show soon after that. A couple of other stories I'd like to touch on, but stay with us. This is the Sunday Wire, episode 599. This weekly omnibus news and analysis, TV and radio program here at 21stcenturywire.com. We'll see you in a few. This is from the Real Anthem Band. This is amazing artist, amazing lyricist, amazing band. The Real Anthem Band. Enjoy.
Cover in the dark, secret wars are waged, quiet army sabotage, bloody tension remains, global faces of a crime, the sleight of hand betrays. Something slept inside their hearts as explosions rage. The system breaks as truth increases. The grip on us and the world order ceases. Behind the mask, it's falling to pieces. What comes next? Have they lost all reason? Paper empires catch a spark as vultures come to prey. Hollow kings are losing ground. Shadows of decay. The walls begin to show a crack as ancient echoes fade. Scales shall fall from blinded eyes, renewing all our faith. The system breaks as truth increases. The grip on us and the world order ceases. Behind the mask, it's falling to pieces. What comes next? Have they lost all reason?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Sunday Wire. I'm Patrick Henningsen, your host. We're streaming out live on 21stcenturywire.com, alternate current radio, as well as on X, Rumble, YouTube Live, Facebook Live, BitChute Live, and on the audio streams after the program. You can find us all there. And appreciate your listenership. And also, I want to say thank you very much. We got a bunch of donations that came in after last Sunday Wire, and we really want to say thank you very much. A lot of many small donations, but a lot of you people, I think, somehow responded. Maybe it was something we talked about. I can't remember, but the Albania story plus some other things that we covered last week. People are very passionate about those issues. So thank you very much for all of you guys. Every single penny, it matters. And we can put it to good use. And we've been very busy behind the scenes. I mean, we've been working with Freddie Ponton on streamlining the journalism and the investigative reporting. I think we can all agree the reporting we're doing right now, I think it's some of the best we've ever done. And we're hitting the stories like as they break. And that's what we're aiming to do. We can't always do it, but we've done it at least once per week, really, for the last couple of months. And our goal is to be able to do that multiple times per week and do follow-up reports. And we're doing it. And you know why we're doing it? Because you guys have supported us during the winter fundraising drive. We've capitalized those resources. We've hired the right people. We've invested in software and hardware. And it's because of your support that we're able to strive at least to go in the direction of being the best independent journalists. We are 100% independent media platform, 100%. And it's shoestring budget. It's bootstraps, but we get a lot done on our bootstraps here. We're able to punch way above our weight because we have good people. We work with great people. On this show, our team on the Sunday Wire, of course, is legendary. Freddie, and then behind the scenes, we have video editors producing shorts every day. And we're fire hosing that out to multiple platforms, and we are getting unbelievable traction. Unbelievable traction. We're getting 1 million views on Instagram per month on the aggregate, on the videos. And we started off with nothing. We started off with zero. Getting 20, 50 views. But we've been hammering away for 2 years on that. And now we got the numbers. That's what it takes. Thank you for your support. If you want to support this media outlet, if you like what we do, you want to see us to do more, hit the donate button, go to our website, 21st Century Wire. There's a link in the show description if you're watching on YouTube or Rumble. Hit that gold button. Now you get options to donate. We prefer you subscribe and become a member at 21wire.tv. That's how you can really help us for just above $5 a month on a rolling basis. That is huge. But if you want to donate as well, listen, we'll take it. Okay? We can do stuff with that. And we're producing, we've got a new product coming out very soon. Maybe this month. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks. Brand new, top of the line. Top of the line political, geopolitical talk show. We're able to do that with your help. It wouldn't have happened. So all you guys who chipped in got us to this point. So we're in that process right now. I've done a break in the walk and talk videos. You guys have noticed, just trying to get our feet set, doing a whole bunch of other stuff. We're getting booked to be on tons of podcasts on other networks. And I feel like it's really good to be with some of these hosts who are doing awesome work and spreading our analysis and also pointing back to our work here at 21stcenturywire.com. So it's important to do that outreach. I probably did 10 podcasts last week. at least, and news appearances. So it's very busy. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. That's in addition to everything else that we do. UK column as well. I've been working with them. I think we're doing good work there. And so, yeah, we're busy sharpening our sword, so we can go into battle. And it's all because of you guys were able to do that. So I really appreciate that. You can also hit this QR code here. We'll put that up on screen. If you want to scan that, if you're watching on a laptop, just hit that. It'll take you to the donate page. Just hit that QR code. So I'll leave that up there for a few minutes. Now, I think I will welcome onto the stage my esteemed colleague, who is the captain of the USS Alternate Current Radio Mothership and the USS Boiler Room, which is a small but very well-equipped fighter jet that comes out of the back of that mothership. There he is, Bryan McClain, a.k.a. Hesher. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, good to be here, Patrick.
Great to be with you. And I don't know if you're privy to the comings and goings of the last couple of days. Everybody is like, is there a deal? It's a deal or no deal? Deal, no deal, 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 no deal. What do you think about all this?
Well, I was much like you this week, where that word, shields were up when it came to that word. I kept hearing it, but every time I hear it, I would think, no, that's not going to happen. Like, I really didn't even need to peel open any articles or go look at any videos. I just know instinctively, no, that's not going to happen, And then I just look back at what Gaza looked like a couple years ago, and I look at the map of Lebanon, and I see all these towns that are just not there anymore. And it's like, you know what? Even if I had some sort of proof that Donald Trump and his crew, his odious crew of whack jobs, actually were going to stop some kind of fighting, I would not believe it. I don't believe it until this all stops in the entire region. So, yeah, I was kind of expecting your opening monologue to sound similar to the way that it did, but you came out even harder than I expected, and I was very pleased because I smell lies, Patrick. I smell lies every time they talk about stopping this.
Too many lies. So do you know what the 3-card Monte game is? I don't know if you've ever been to New York. And they rock up on the corner of the street, they get the milk crates out, and they do the 3 or the cup with the ball under it. There's that
Right.
one too. And so that's basically 3-card Monte. And that's what Trump is doing with this deal. It's a complete deception, and it's intentionally vague so that you can't tell if it's successful or if it's not successful, and he only knows the terms or whatever's in his head, and then he speaks to the press. Nobody knows it, but you know the truth if you go read the Iranian X feed, or listen to Mohammed Morandi, or listen to Judge Knapp, or Danny Davis, or us, or whatever. But most of America and Washington, I can't believe they're still using this term deal, because it's just deceptive. But this is by design. That's what I'm saying. There's no, even if he wanted to get a quote deal, he can't, because this isn't how you do agreements between countries. He's playing 3-card Monte because he's playing the U.S. side, and then he's playing the international side. He's doing 2 3-card Monte games simultaneously. This guy's unbelievable. What a con artist.
Yeah. And what's the one piece of quote unquote literature that he's known for? Oh yeah, it's a book called The Art of the Deal.
That's his
It's like
brand.
this has been a brand comment for him for a long time. You know what I mean? my social rejects club is like, to me, what his art of the deal is to him. You know what I mean? It's nothing more than branding in his case, though. Whereas I actually am president of this club. So it's just like, come on, man, don't wing you can't really wing your branding around when you're talking about ethnic cleansing, genocide, larger scale international war, uh, mass destruction, that kind of thing. You don't just wing your catchphrase around when those are the things that are happening all around you because of your actions.
He is winging it. It's just getting old. We showed that clip. It's so embarrassing. Like when you're getting owned by Anderson Cooper, when it's like an open goal for Anderson Cooper, like a layup for Cooper. Donald Trump, Mr. CNN's fake news. Like he had the upper hand then. He was beating Jim Acosta up. Everybody loved it. He was correct. See, he went from being up here with CNN, and now CNN is basically firing downhill, dropping boulders on him. I mean, that's just the most crushing defeat.
Yep. And even the ones that are supposed to support him, like Newsmax, for example, they're starting to subtly and not so subtly turn on him pretty much weekly.
Newsmax is turning on him. That's bad.
Yeah.
That's really, I mean, there's not going to be much left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's getting pretty bad out there. And then there's all these people that have been supporters of his, and it's like, after all the Epstein files, what, half of them, 3/4 of them, 5/8 of them, all on that list now, all super sus. Like, look at Bannon. My goodness, how many times was he in there? And he's just, at the mic every day, just, trying to pit bull away. And the viewership is just tanking across all those things, like Daily Wire, Bannon, that whole network that he's on, all just circling the drain along with Trump's support numbers.
Yeah, I think for Bannon, the real devastating blow was, and I supported him once when he was, I think he was a victim of lawfare over that wall thing. So I don't want to see anybody imprisoned for no reason, especially on political basis.
Right.
So I defended Bannon. But when we find out that he was doing PAP PR interviews to help lift up Jeffrey Epstein's reputation, and then those eventually got released because I think he pre-released them, or somebody did, because they just to take some of the heat out of the explosion, right? It's hard to recover from that. And we saw that there are people who are being paid to help rehabilitate Epstein, and one has to ask, was Bannon paid for that? And if the answer is yes, then it's over. It's over for Steve Bannon. You can't recover from that. I don't think he volunteered to do that, quite frankly, because I watched that. Did you watch that one?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I'll thank Bannon because it gave us an insight into Epstein that I think was invaluable. So for that, Steve gets points. But it was a softball interview.
Yeah.
It was embarrassing. It was an embarrassing softball interview. So, but that's hard to recover from. But One America News, I think they've sort of gotten off the Trump train a lot, except for Jack Posobiec. I think he's still on there. He's a loyal MAGA. He's hoping for a cabinet position. So
right. It's funny. It's funny to watch some of those types soft pedal it. Those networks, some of the reporters on those networks, even some of the people in the cabinet. It's like some big transgression if they say, "Gosh, I don't really like I don't like the amount of money that's going here. I don't like the amount of destruction I'm seeing here. You know what I mean? I don't like the way BB seems to be dragging this guy around on a lead." I'm hearing all these kind of little comments, and it's like, yes, and please continue, like, tell us some more, but you don't get it. But hey, the fact that they even did that is just like rocking the boat, I guess, among those little networks and the people that think those are viable news locations like that. So it's interesting to watch, but I don't think anything's about to change.
No, and plus Trump can turn on even his greatest allies. So he could turn on Fox if Fox did something that ticked him off, and then that whole thing could change. What you have to understand about the cabinet is when you first come in as president, that's the A team, or those are your first choices, more or less. I know it's hard to when you look at Trump's cabinet, it's hard to believe that's an A team, but let's just for Trump, it's an A team. And then at the end of year one, then you start having the attrition begin. So you have people jumping ship from the disaster, and you have the scandals, push them out, Kristi Noem, this and that, and the affairs, sexual improprieties, all that. Year two, B team. After year two, C team. See, you get obscure people that just slide in there. Like you got Sebastian Gorka, who got promoted because Joe Kent basically. I mean, Sebastian Gorka is a total ignoramus who talks with a British accent, even though he's Hungarian, and Americans who are dumb enough to believe that he's intelligent, but he's able to sort of get away with it anyway. A complete fraudster, Sebastian Gorka. I don't know. He was selling some pill on Newsmax. On what was the ad? What was it? Was it what was it? Metamucil, or what the type of indigestion relief for seniors? I can't remember what it was.
Some sort of daily fiber thing.
I can't remember what it was. So, but then so they're going to come in, and there's people begging to get in, because if you get that on your resume, former director under the assistant to the president, then that goes on your title afterwards, even though you're only in there for 6 months and you did nothing. So this is the grift of Washington. So I think Jack Posobiec is hoping to get the call on the C team. He's hoping to get that call, at least, and get something. That's I mean, these guys.
We're in deep trouble, man. If the original team was the A team, and we're working on Charlie and Delta teams now.
You're Charlie trouble. Delta. You're just Charlie Delta, mate. So here's Sticky Marks, 1919. I was abducted by aliens. It's time you Earthlings let this ET go home already. Basil, Hesher, Ruckus. Thanks, Pat. LMPs from this crazy old in Yorkshire. We love Yorkshire men.
What's up, Yorkshire?
Or Yorkshire women, whichever the case may be. But so we do have abductees, and they give us stickers, 10 pounds. Excellent. Thank you very much, Sticky Marks. That's a good one.
Our favorite types of aliens.
Absolutely. The generous aliens. Generous aliens. Coming to Earth to do good right. Things. So, who said the aliens are bad? That's all propaganda. That's just propaganda. Look at this one. I'll have to put this on screen because this is hilarious. He spelled my name wrong, by the way. Henningsen is full of shit. He claims to be an advocate of freedom and human rights, and then blocks anyone who criticizes him. He will eventually identify my new handle and block me. F him. Listen, I can tell you right now, my friend, you must be delusional, because I don't block anybody. I don't even know where that feature is on here. So I think you're getting blocked on the whatever the video platform that you're commenting on. You must be using bad language. That's why you're getting blocked from YouTube or Rumble. Not me, my friend. So you're delusional. What's that stink? What a stupid handle. Anyway, I had to show that so people can gang up on him. Gang up on that guy. Go ahead. Gang stalk him. Yeah, they're already coming to our defense. You are a jerk, aren't you? Well, when you're using profanity and making up fake conspiracies that we're like censoring you, then you deserve everything you get. Sorry, mate. Anyway. Yeah, thank you. That's right. Thank you back. So we got to deal with these people. Yeah, it's 8200 has Barra trolls in the chat. You better believe it. As soon as we started increasing our numbers on these platforms, We're probably going to get more of these Hezbollah trolls. I don't think it's 8,200. I think it's like maybe it's 8,100. The 8,100
Yeah, 81.
So yeah, so let's not talk about that guy anymore. But let me just move up here and just oh wait, hold on. Up. Look at this. Hesher. Sticky Marks strikes again. So basically Sticky Marks is basically taking over the Overdrive segment. You see how that's done, folks?
Yep.
You can purchase a full takeover of the Overdrive segment here. 10 quid.
There you go. And you're
10
on.
quid. Another week, another Peace Fire Friday. Can I ask Hesher and Spore if Spore is still on the scene? Louvre and Peas from Yorkshire. So that's a question for you, Hesher.
Of course, Spore's on the scene. She's out there monitoring this show right now. And if anything goes wrong on that live stream, she'll be the first person to tell me. And she's been working a new gig this year. So she's up early and not always able to make it to Boiler Room. But you bet she's on the scene.
Yep. Thank you for asking, Sticky Marks. We appreciate that
Definitely.
you care.
We'll tell her you said hi.
Thank
I
you
guess she
and
knows because she's monitoring the stream.
thanks for the sticker. That's awesome. We need more of those. See, Grifters, the John Cusack movie. That's actually a great film.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
That's actually John Cusack made a lot of great films.
Yep.
A lot of the films he made became cult films. So what? We got Grifters, Say Anything, Better Off Dead. There's a couple of others.
Yeah, Better Off Dead's a personal favorite of mine. I love that one.
There's a Facebook page dedicated to that film. Have you seen that?
No.
It's cool. It's all Better Off Dead. There's a whole community around that film.
Yeah, that guy that played, I don't remember the actor's name. He played Booger in Revenge of the Nerds.
That guy, yeah.
He's so good in Better Off Dead. He's like obsessed with nose candy, and he thinks the whole mountain is full of nose candy. He's like snorting snow.
Yeah. So yeah, when you've got like 3 or more cult films under your belt, you've done a good job in Hollywood, I think.
Yeah, you're on the mantle of classics.
You can be happy that your career was epic enough for sure. Oh, another one, High Fidelity. Is that?
Oh yeah, good call.
That's Cusack?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. There's a British version of that.
Oh really?
Yeah, by the guy who wrote Trainspotting.
Oh no kidding.
I think he wrote the original, and John Cusack did the American version of the British film. Yeah, I think so. So that's one to look into. High Fidelity. I think so. Who did Trainspotting? Chat, let us know. I forgot the guy who wrote Trainspotting. Not directed it, wrote the book.
High Fidelity is actually based on a 1995 novel by Nick Hornby. So
Nick Hornby, that's it. Scottish. He did Trainspotting.
Okay.
He's a badass, Nick Hornby.
Cool.
Definitely. Yeah. So there's another cult film. Cusack just cranking out cult films.
Right?
That's insane. Okay, here. Do the aliens have a British accent? Pat. We're a fussy lot. Well, in Hollywood, they do. They do actually in Hollywood. You've seen the villains and stuff on Star Trek and
often
Star Wars, and well, not Darth Vader, but like all the Imperial officers had British accents. I mean, the bad guys. So generally, they do. They would have British accents. Yeah. And even Star Wars Jamaican accents. Some of the good guys, like Jar Jar Binks, had a Jamaican accent.
Yeah,
man. Where me laser gun? Oh, look at this. 77th Brigade Captain Mannering, sir. Thank you very much. We got the 77th Brigade.
All right.
Represented in the comments. Dan MC 1979. Awesome. Definitely. As long as you guys behave, you're welcome. You're welcome here. We're here to teach you and provide an educational environment where people can learn things and improve their worldview. Yes, that's right. Hasbro and Hasbro. Holy shite. That's interesting. Hasbro. Give me one of those Harbio Gold gummy bears stat.
The Haribos, remember? That's like
Haribos.
that candy brand. They're the ones. I think they're the ones that make those little like raspberry and blackberry looking candies. I love those things.
Are those CBD gummies or just regular gummies?
Someone should upgrade them to CBD.
Yeah, there's people in those gummies. Curacao just scored. Oh, is that World Cup? Probably.
Yeah, there's World Cup action going on.
There's World Cup. I saw the Brazil-Morocco game last night. I caught a little bit of that when I was walking by the pub, full of Brazilians. They've got such solidarity, the Brazilians.
That's Randy J's team. I texted Randy J last night about something, and he just wrote me back a bunch of stuff about the World Cup game. I was like, okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so U.S. beat Paraguay 4-1. Okay, fine. I said if Trump shows up to the next USA game, they'll lose. Did you see that he showed up to the Knicks game? They lost.
That was amazing.
It's the only game they lost in the whole series. It's so bad. But yeah, I'm not sure. Hi, Pat. So you made it to Press TV. I did Press TV 12 years ago. 15. I was on Press TV 15 years ago.
It's true.
Roughly. Yeah. 14 years ago. 2012. I was on Press TV. So I've been on and off. I've done Press TV. Oh, hold on. Nick Hornby. I've been corrected here. Thank you, Verona Fraser. No, it wasn't. It was Duncan. Irving Welsh wrote Train Spotting. Yes, that's correct. I got confused there. You're right. Nick Hornby did High Fidelity. It's about I think a football type theme or whatever. The American version, totally different. Same type of story. Irving Welsh did Train Spotting. That's what I was thinking about. It's been a while. That's like 1993, 94. Brain's a little foggy. I'm usually good on my trivia and my dates, but it's weird. Yeah, here we go. That was the first place I saw Patrick on Press TV, says
Oh, nice.
WIP 999. Yeah, ages ago.
Old schooler.
My first RT appearance was in 2011. 2011, and was commenting on the Libyan regime change war, Arab Spring regime change war. That was my first RT segment. And yeah, here we go. Thank you very much. Dagu, $2. I want my $2. You're giving me $2.
That's wonderful. For the Better Off Dead fans right there.
You want it back?
Remember
you're giving me $2 and now you want your $2 back. Okay,
remember
sorry.
Paperboy in Better Off Dead? $2.
$2. That's what it is. I want my $2. That's a quote from the movie. Okay, awesome.
He would just show up in random places, like even
That's
on
awesome.
the snow mountain. $2.
That's so cool, Dagu. You gave us $2 as well. That's like amazing. You guys are so on point.
It's like
in the
paper
chat.
route news today, man. We got our $2.
Thank you very much, Dagu, for that awesome sticker. I swear Pete Hegseth, like Dick Cheney, were groomed into their position and pathology to serve a purpose. I would say a different type of grooming there, a different class of dog. Dick Cheney was legit powerful. He had a Washington machine right back to the Nixon administration and then into the Bush 1 and 2. Military industrial complex mogul, Halliburton. The guy was like Darth Vader. He was a force. Architect of 9/11, false flags. So yeah, and Hegseth is just basically, I don't know, he's just, how would you describe Pete Hegseth? I mean, he's not even in Dick Cheney's league, but he's not even in like the league of like somebody in a biker gang, Those guys are harder than Pete Hegseth. He's a type of suburban Ivy League frat boy, got the tattoos, and basically a spoiled kid, get drunk all the time and get in fights. And Look, all the accusations and the lawsuits, the guy's resume is horrible. He's a train wreck. And he's ahead of the $1.7 trillion a year military industrial complex. Makes perfect sense, right? Hesher, would you like to be defense minister? I think you're more qualified than Pete Hegseth.
Sure. What does that position do? Never mind. I could do it.
You can do it. Are you loyal to Israel? That's the question. That's the one. I don't care about your academic qualifications. I don't care about your work experience. None of that. Will you support Israel and the rebuilding of the Third Temple?
Oh yeah, yeah. Bring on the red heifers. I mean, send me the check. I guess
That's it, folks.
I guess that's the answer that gets you there.
So 8,200 trolls in the chat. Hesher just said, "Bring back the red heifer." So just be easy on us, please. We got. We're saying the right things here for the algorithm.
Yeah, you could at least just like the stream.
Exactly. Just like it. We gave the red heifer a shout out. Here we go. Hegseth is like those frat boys, Gymroid users. As someone says, if he was on TV or in government, he would probably, if he wasn't on TV or in government, he would be a serial killer. 100%. He is a serial killer now.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? He is a serial killer. He's like, we negotiate with bombs. Did you see him trying to train with the soldiers at Gitmo?
Yeah, that was odd.
He was like struggling to like bench press. There was only like 145 and a 25 on there. So he claims that he can bench press 500 pounds or whatever. I don't think so.
Looking more like 140.
So 45 and 45 is 90. The bar is 40. So that's 130 plus 25 and 25. That's 50. That's 180. So bench press struggling to do 180 reps. And then claiming that, I think they faked that scene. They claimed that he did 500. They must have been fake weights or something.
Yeah, I'm not buying that.
No, he was not very impressive. Why does he have to be one of the guys? It's very insecure. It's to show that he's like, I'm with you. I'm going to train with you.
Me and my war fighters.
Listen, if you're a soldier in the U.S. military, I do not want the defense secretary doing workouts with me. No, because that means that he's not doing other important things like reading intelligence briefs and going over satellite ISR and being briefed by 100 different people in like a day, because that's what you would need to do with that job. Not sitting there posing like you're like still one of the infantry. What does that say? That says that he's very insecure about his military service.
Should be.
Because he doesn't even have a rank. His highest rank, and nothing against major, and there's many good majors and sergeants and whatnot, but that's not really a qualification to be the head of the whole Pentagon. And he was a reservist. His highest rank in the reservist was major, and one of his main assignments was he was a guard at Gitmo or something. Like basically kicking around taxi drivers and goat herders from Afghanistan. They just picked up randomly in Afghanistan. I mean, great work, Pete. Great. Thank you for your service, Pete. Thank you. You've kept us safe. Thank you so much. He did a tour in Iraq, and then he begged to come back and do a tour because he needed some extra bona fides for his resume in Afghanistan. So he showed up there for like a couple of months. And then he tries to join the DC National Guard, and they kicked him out. Immediately, Hesher, probably for the tattoos. Immediately, you should be disqualified from having doing anything in the government. This shameless. And that's to say nothing about all his personal life travails, the alcoholism, the fights, and the spousal stroke partner abuse. I'm not sure, but there was an undisclosed. He had to pay somebody. I don't know how much. Was it 40 grand, 100 grand? I have to go back and look at the New York Times report on that. But that adds up to a nice resume.
Yeah. You I think it was on your X account this week, or maybe it was one of the videos I saw you on. I can't remember, but I saw you this week use a pejorative that was generated and popularized in the heavy metal community to describe him. And the word is, and this was popularized by Paul Bailoff, rest in peace, of Exodus. The word is poser. He is a total poser. It is the perfect description. It's the perfect pejorative sideways slam to this idiot.
Yeah, I just have nothing, not enough to say bad about this guy, and he likes killing people. He gets off on it, you know. And I'm Trump's muscle kind of. Did you see him in front of the that press thing he did that we're going to bomb Iran? He had a brown shirt on. He had his sleeves rolled up to purposely show his tattoos.
Was that the one where he said, and then Donald Trump says, well, if they don't, they're going to have to deal with this guy on my left. And that was me.
It could have been. But you got to be so insecure to, like, a guy who has to, like, in a government position has got to show off his tattoos. It's such lowbrow gutter kind of behavior. You're dealing with a low class, very insecure person. I have to find that clip, but this dude is unbelievable. I'm going to look for that. I mean, how can people? I mean, how did he got confirmed to that job because of the Israeli lobby? They ordered all the senators to confirm him. Basically, that's what happened.
Ridiculous.
They basically said, you have to confirm this guy. He's a lot of people in the military hate him, I'm told. They think he's a phony.
Well, people in the military are pretty good at recognizing, their peers. And it says a lot that this guy doesn't fall into that category.
He did one of these. I'll show you this one here. He did one of these little pep ever. I'll show this in a second, but he wore a U.S. Marine shirt at one of these fake poser workouts that he did. And, he didn't serve in the Marine Corps. And I know Marines, and they would not like the fact that he's wearing a Marines t-shirt. He wasn't in the Marines. He was in the Army. That's not the Marines.
No.
So I'm just saying, I know a lot of Marines that didn't like that. So great for Lego movies. Yeah. Okay, so I'll bring the keg's breath on screen here, just because we'll show one of these stupid, what do you call it, poser videos here.
Yeah.
Of keg's breath. Let me see. Let's get him up here. Let me see. Expand this if we can. I mean, he's got his T-shirt that says, "This is war." These guys, look at him. These poor kids are having to, like, respect this guy.
Yep, that's the one I was thinking of.
He's got his dos Voigt under his right bicep. He's got infidel underneath that.
I'm not seeing it on the screen for some reason, though.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes this works. Sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, didn't. Oh, I think it's because we the stage was too crowded. We'll bring it back. Let's see if we got him. But yeah, so add that to the stage. There he is. Tell me if you can see the blow up on this, Hesher.
Yep.
Iran has a choice: meet at the table with the president and give up their nuclear program. And as the president said, I'm lost on time, 2 days ago now, in the cabinet meeting, I'm sitting right next to him. He looks in the camera and says, well, Iran can either do it the right way with a deal across the table, or they can deal with my guy on the left. That happened to be me. But it's not me.
That's so pathetic. He's literally, like, pumping himself up. I mean, he must be really insecure. Did you see that? Or you're gonna have to deal with the guy on the left, and that's me. What a complete I could use a bunch of words right now, you know. This guy's a joke. He's pathetic. Even the little guy in the front row could kick his ass, I'm sure. Sorry, you know, his boy. Well, guys talk here, people. Excuse us, but he's such a poser, and he's done such damage to the country and to the world, and he's murdered so many people in an undeclared illegal war of aggression. This guy's a war criminal. This clown. He uses more hair gel than Gavin Newsom.
No one there is excited about this talk either. It's just straight faces trying to hold back what their real thoughts are, probably. I don't know. Does not look like it's translating well to this crowd.
It's embarrassing.
Is this like a ROTC too? Like, how old are most of these people? If they weren't tattooed all the way down to their fingertips, I would think they were all 18.
Dude, some of these guys look like they just came out of like a classroom in some college, or junior college or something. Now put them up against the Iranian Republican Guard. and those dudes with the beards, the hard-looking dudes with the, I mean, the U.S. think they're going to like go in and put these guys on the ground to take Karg Island? Are you serious? America, you're America. You're going to occupy nothing. You're going to invade and hold no territory anywhere in the world. It's over. Look at who's the head of the organization. A Fox News weekend host. A Fox News weekend host. Gelhead. This guy's unbelievable.
This is war. Come on, man.
This is war. We're being so polite, aren't we?
Very. My moments of silence are just like me processing all the like.
What words could you use? Yeah, you're like, what word could I use here? Am I allowed to say that?
Yep, exactly.
I got like 10 different insults backed up.
Like it could just turn into the roast of Pete Hegseth from here to the end of the show.
This is probably the single worst government official selection in the history of the world. I can't think of anybody. Just like Hesher, you know, you went to one of the most prestigious military strategy university stroke think tanks in the country, arguably the top one, and you probably know 100 people off the top of your head that are more qualified and capable, 500 people that are more qualified and capable than him.
Easily. Anyone on the staff or faculty at that institution would be better. Any of the students, pretty much, probably better. This, you know.
Yeah, any graduate student.
Yeah. Yep.
He's overcompensating because he's in way over his head, because they put him in over his head, because they knew they put this guy in, he would do whatever he's told.
Yep. Yeah, he plays a character. I'll give him that. You know, he stays in character, but the problem is the character that he stays in is basically himself.
Yeah, Hegseth got confirmed for being a puppet. Puppet skills. That's right. Here we go. Someone should remind Pete that many blue-haired woke lesbians are also covered in tattoos. Fair point from Mac Wallace Arbitration Service there. Black Cat, that looks like the Beast of Broadmoor. Are you from Britain? You would know what I'm talking about. The Beast from, the Bodmin. Sorry, the Beast of Bodmin. That was like a cougar that got loose in Britain. It was terrorizing, and nobody could catch it. They couldn't find it because it only prowled at night. That's pretty cool. It's a great story. Look at this. James, thank you very much. James Skellerman 9856 $10. Thank you very much. Canadian dollars. The Canucks.
All right.
Representing. Thank you so much. We're Where there's truth, there is honor, respect. Thank you. Well, we try. We try. I'd like to say we get it right a lot more than we get it wrong. Let me see what Little Carol's saying here. I've seen fitter people at my local Tesco's. True. It is true. Definitely. We can go down the pub right now across the road and get like 20 guys that will look a lot fitter than what Hegseth has there. Folks, it's a train wreck. We try to put a good face on it. Honestly, we do. We try. We tried. We tried to go to put a good face on it. Come on, Pat. Look at this. Come on, Patrick. Hegseth has a See and Say War edition. See and Say War edition. Something. Yeah. Well, let me see what else. What else the cat dragged in here. Yeah, thank you very much. Another super sticker from Cynthia, $2. Another ode to John Cusack and Better Off Dead. Awesome. Oh, look at this.
$2.
Mark Wahlberg is going to play Pete Hegseth in next war flick directed by Steven Spielberg. I can't wait. I can't wait. Who would you cast to play Pete Hegseth? If you know any actors these days, I've lost touch with a lot of them, but
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler, yeah, I think so. Or who would be good? Like, think of a comedian. Like, what about Owen Wilson?
Yeah, Owen Wilson as Hegseth, and
Yeah, I like Owen Wilson.
who could be JD Vance? What about Seth Rogen as JD Vance?
Totally. You got the physique right. Yeah. Seth Rogen is JD Vance. Absolutely. Oh, no, if you could swing it, I think Jim Carrey would do the best Hegseth.
Oh, that would be pretty good. We would have to make sure that Biden wasn't in the movie, though, because Jim would have to play Biden probably.
That's right. Yeah. And the problem is, see, Jim Carrey would overshadow everybody with that performance.
Yeah, it's
And
true.
it would hurt the rest of the cast.
Eat Your Groceries says Rob Schneider as Marco Rubio.
Rob Schneider is Marco Rubio. Yeah. Yeah. John Cena, no, he's not funny enough.
He can actually be kind of funny.
He can be. Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen him in a couple comedy movies.
Okay, maybe we can give him a Hegseth.
He can do it.
Get the grease out. Get the grease out. Look at that. Oh, look at this. Lake Vacuum, $19. Holy smokes. That is an awesome donation. Thank you very much for that super chat.
Yeah.
That's like a straight up super chat. That's awesome. Oh, Nick Cage. Oh, intriguing. Intriguing. I was thinking Nick Cage for Stephen Miller, maybe.
Ooh.
That would be a really sort of tortured and slightly deranged, psychotic individual.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. Airdrop Pete onto Carg Island. Parachute optional. Love that. Mack Truck 22. Awesome. Smashing that. Yeah, you got it, baby. Keanu Reeves, I don't know. Don't think so. Keanu could play somebody else maybe, but
we could certainly use John Wick to clean up Capitol Hill, though.
Yeah, send in John Wick. Yeah, who's this? Luke Wilson. I'm not sure. Luke Wilson. Who's Luke Wilson?
Owen's brother.
Owen. Okay, maybe he can do it. Oh, this is it. Here we go. Hesher, get ready. Christian Bale.
Oh, okay. I could see that.
That can work.
Actually balance out the Jim Carrey right there.
Yeah, that would be the right slightly method actor, Yeah, that would be psychopath, lunatics. Yeah, nobody can do it like Christian Bale for sure.
Yeah, he just played Frankenstein. Did you know that? There's a new movie out where he's like doing sort of a new take on Mary Shelley.
Okay.
It's interesting. It's sort of like it's more the story of the Bride of Frankenstein, but it's an interesting re-envisioning of the tale.
Here's Kirk Cameron as Hegseth. I'm not sure about that. I think Tom Cruise could probably do a pretty dope Hegseth, because Tom Cruise plays bad guys like better than anybody.
Oh yeah,
that's when he's really in his element. Tom Cruise, when he's playing baddies. Anyway, listen, guys, this has been. Oh, here we go. Jonah Hill is fans.
Yeah, Seth Rogen and Jonah Hill. Like, we could pretty much pull from that whole team, probably.
Yeah, or who's it? Elliot Page. who's the trans?
Yeah.
Elliot Page. Yeah, Ellen Page. Now Elliot Page. Yeah.
Did you see all the AI slop with Elliot Page being dropped into movies like 300 and just like Death Wish and stuff like that? Just Elliot Page or Elliot Page in The Matrix. There was just like a whole week of like AI slop Elliot Page stuff that was being put out.
She's being cast as that thing Brad Pitt played, like that Trojan. Whatever.
Oh, right.
What's the battle? The famous battle? I forgot it. She's being cast as the top guy.
That's so stupid.
Like the warrior guy, and she's only like 5'3", so it's all going to be camera magic.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right.
Hold on, let me just look this up here. And I say, did I misgender her or him? I'm not sure, but it's Elliot Page to play role. Let me just look this up. Oh God, Achilles.
Okay.
Achilles in the Odyssey, or it's an unconfirmed rumor. While cast in Christopher Nolan's epic, he has kept their role. Sorry, to get the pronouns right. Secret. So it's a rumor. They can't do that, because if they do, that's going to be the biggest waste of money. Because nobody's going to go watch it. That's what happens.
I've heard people already complaining that Nolan's take on the Odyssey is hyper woke and diversity casting. I've heard all kind of complaints about it, but I really haven't seen any. I haven't seen the preview or anything like that.
Danny DeVito could play Rubio. I was thinking more like John Goodsma could play Rubio, maybe, or someone. Danny DeVito's good, but too old.
He's about the right height. I'll give him that.
David Spade as Trump, possibly. Yeah, that's crazy. Mike Myers is Rubio. Jim Carrey, his body got snatched. Jim Carrey had some plastic surgery recently. That's a bit surprising.
I don't think that was actually him, man.
Was it? No,
I don't think so.
Was that an AI job?
No, I think it was a rubber mask job.
Oh, okay. Interesting. It doesn't seem in character for him. He seems like a very enlightened type guy, you know.
Yeah, I think he was just trolling us.
Yeah, he could have been. Yeah, T. Lawrence was only about 5'5", and they cast Peter O'Toole. Well, we're talking. Well, Rubio's only about 5'3", right? 5'4".
With his platforms on?
He might be 5'5". I think DeSantis is just about 5'5". But it's too short to run for president. Robert Downey Jr. is Hegseth. I don't think that'll work. Iron Man. That's bad for Iron Man. It's a bad look.
Yeah.
Cruise is 5'4". He is only 5'4", Tom Cruise. Very small.
Little Carol says, Patrick, stop being mean about short people. I'm under 5 feet here.
She is not. She's definitely 5'1".
See, there you go.
I've met little Carol. She come to our events. She's well over 5 feet. What are you talking about? She's trying to get extra sympathy by pretending to be short.
Tried to get extra sympathy, but she got taller all of a sudden on the Sunday Wire.
Victimology. She's trying to pull in Israel. Oh, here we go. Sandy talks vid to play Lindsey Graham. Well, if we want to get into the casting of Lindsey Graham, that is a whole nother segment. Maybe we'll do that next week. The casting of Lindsey Graham. Who will play Lindsey Graham? Let's just say that's a cliffhanger for next week. So we'll leave it there, folks. Hesher, thank you very much for joining us. Final words before we abandon ship.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Great show today. Thanks to everybody in the chats and on the pod streams and here on the live video streams. Appreciate you all joining us. Find us at 21stcenturywire.com and alternatecurrentradio.com, respectively. We did not do a boiler room on Friday night, had some family matters to attend to, and we are trying to scrape up a makeup show, so stay tuned. You can follow me on X at Hesher Media, HESHER Media. And we will be trying to get this boiler room put together before the next scheduled one. So there may be 2 between now and Friday, or either that, or we'll see you next Friday for another boiler room.
Check out Alternate Current Radio. There's a link in the show description as well as on the show page at 21 Wire. Enjoy the experience at ACR and the great independently produced content there, as well as Hesher. You got Ruckus and other great podcasters and content creators at the ACR biosphere of information and knowledge. Thank you very much, Hesher, for joining us. Hope you have a good week. Keep an eye on the headlines. I'm sure there'll be some interesting things to talk about in the future. We'll do our best to stay on top of it, and check out the boiler room. Hopefully this week there'll be something coming up on your radar there, something to look forward to. So there he goes, ladies and gentlemen. That is Bryan McClain, also known as Hesher. And I am Patrick Henningsen, your host at the Sunday Wire. This is episode 599 of this weekly omnibus news and analysis radio TV program, brought to you here at 21stcenturywire.com, alternatecurrentradio.com, streaming out live on X, Rumble, YouTube Live, BitChute Live, Facebook Live. After the show, we'll be on the audio streams as well. And as mentioned during the program, if you want to support us, go to 21stcenturywire.com, hit the donate button, and you'll get options, upper left-hand corner, gold button, donate here. Options to support us. If you like what we do, and you want to see us do more of that, you want to help us out in any way possible, donate, or better yet, subscribe and become a member at 21wire.tv. And things are going to get more exciting at 21wire.tv very soon. We'll have a bunch of things, new things coming out, and I'm excited. And we want to drive this forward. So along with the investigations, the content that we're doing now, plus all the various platforms and channels we're managing, but new content as well as new shows available only for members at 21wire.tv. So check us out. A lot of exciting things happening. We can only do it with your support, and we appreciate every last bit. You guys have been awesome. Thank you for joining us this week. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the stickers, the super chats. Thank you for the $2 John Cusack donations. Appreciate that. You guys have been amazing. And we'll be chipping out now. But go to 21stcenturywire.com during the week. Check out our YouTube channel. If you're on the stream now on YouTube or Rumble, hit like now. Do it. You'll help us, boost us in the algorithm. Our type of content is not their cup of tea in San Francisco. Okay, so we need you to physically elevate us by liking, hit subscribe, share this link on X or any of your social media platforms. Say, check out the Sunday Wire. This is the real deal. We're doing our best, and we hope you like it. We're going to do more. We'll see you next week. Take care, everybody. All the best.
Cold stealing serpent calls. Buildings burn, masking riot shots. It's TV terror, watch the will of God. Hey! Here we are. Heaven come down. Here we are. Heaven come down. The culture coast consuming all our lives. Rejuvenate, resist the pulling dark. Balls flat.